You're fired. You're being laid off. Those are two words nobody wants to hear or even expects when you're out of work. It always seems like everyone else has a place to go and get a paycheck, except for you. But don't worry, we're going to try to help you cope with the job crisis tonight on Voice of Reason. Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Kane. We don't have all the answers, but chances are you or someone you know may have a problem with employment these days. Downsizing, cutbacks, layoffs. The three words that have become all too common during the current economic crisis. The national jobless rate just hit 8.5%. That's the highest level in more than a quarter century. Between January and March, in fact, more than 2 million jobs were lost. Tonight, I'm joined by pros who have some no-nonsense advice. Gail Kasper is an internationally renowned life strategist, motivational speaker, and author who travels the nation, providing her internet communication skills, public personality skills to everybody. How critical, we've had you on here before talking about everything from love, interpersonal relationships, and other business aspects. How critical? We're not going to get into that today. Save that.
We want you to love the job.
Save that for our spring cleaning kind of show. How critical is personal one-on-one communication?
You see,
when you go for the interview?
It's critical, and today's interview has really changed. It's not just about, hey, do you have leadership skills? It is about, tell me about some of the leadership qualities that you've brought to the table. How have you put them to use? Tell me about a success you've had. Tell me about a failure that you've had. The interviewing process has become more stringent, which means in the interview process, you've got to raise the bar and really know what it is you're going into. Know your core competencies, be able to relay them to the interviewer.
Now, Gail, you travel the country, talk to corporations, corporate leaders, labor leaders. What would happen if you were in a position, I've learned of a lot of people who've been laid off in the sales area in general, whether it be traveling sales or internet sales, even retail stores. A lot of people have been laid off from stores. How do they market themselves?
Well, in terms of sales, organizations have made transitions, and that's important for people to know, and that some jobs have such a commission base that they're looking to build their sales team. If you can bring those skills and those talents to the table, the organization is going to be interested in you. You just want to make sure that your resume is focused on your results and what you've achieved, not just the skills that you bring.
People have to be confident, but there's a point where the confidence may hurt them a bit. It's a fine line, isn't it? It
is a fine line, and it's so important today that people have that confidence, but go in with a plan and don't let your ego take over, which means we're not talking money up front. We're making sure that we're bringing what we have to the table. Your goal is to get the offer. That's your goal. That is first and foremost before we go anyplace else.
Training. You talked about training, and if you're out of work and you have some benefits for a while.
I could just piggyback off of some of this, and that's the low income. How much training have they had with the interview process? How about their resume? What does that look like? They may not have the skill sets to go out and feel confident enough to get those specific types of jobs.
Hey, Gail, I've hired you. I'm looking for a job. Somebody's hired you. You got 45 seconds to tell them what's the best thing to do.
First thing, have a plan. Secondly, set expectations for yourself and don't get discouraged through those expectations. So be consistent every single day with what it is you need to do.
Keep going back.
And then keep going back and resend a resume. You find a job that you think that you are perfect for. Remember that interviewer has received so many applicants. Make sure that you resend your resume out.
Find a contact.
Find a contact.
Network toward that job as well.
And finally, make sure you set personal goals for yourself too. Make sure you work out, you eat right, you get enough sleep, do all the things that are going to help you propel forward.
Stay in
positive
shape, take
things.
a walk, take a run.
And surround yourself with good people.